Morning, Steve Free in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, it's Wednesday, and usually the market kind of settles back a little bit on Wednesdays and Thursdays as we look at U.S. Demand data. We'll get ethanol numbers today, which show slight increase in production, slight drawdown in stocks, but again, the demand for ethanol remains below the pre-harvest levels. Export sales numbers should be on the low side of the pace needed to reach USDA goals as world trade has kind of slowed, whether it's because of tension between the United States and China in soybeans, the fact that we're the most expensive corn in the world, or the fact that world wheat trade is down because of the virus. We also overnight saw the corn and soybean summer crops lower and wheat a little bit higher. As far as corn and beans are concerned, the short-term maps have turned wetter for the Midwest, while the long-term maps have show hot and dry conditions in 11 and 15-day time frame. So I think that the market is, for the first time, as far as I've seen since March, is actually trading close to normal. We were oversold when the funds had a record corn short going into the USDA June 30th report, and they've covered a big chunk of that, and they've added to their long in beans. But then all of a sudden we became overbought and ran up against 200-day moving average in beans and a double top in corn, and the market has set back on that. As far as the technicians are concerned, they don't think this is a top, and they don't think that we're going to see much of a sell-off here, and actually could see a higher highs later, and that would kind of go in step with the fact that we could turn hot and dry later in July, early in August. So whether we're at a top or not in the grains depends upon the weather, and we'll just have to kind of watch that from a day-to-day basis. We would expect increased volatility on Friday when the USDA comes out with their supply and demand report, and again they should lower U.S. corn crop because of acres, lower the corn carryout, but keep bean and wheat numbers pretty much unchanged, and so then it goes back to weather. We are seeing a little bit of a firmness in the Black Sea wheat prices because of talk of lower Russian crop as they get into the harvest. But the harvest pressure is still offering resistance to domestic Russian prices, which limits the upside in the wheat market. Outside markets are also kind of on hold, although it seems like it continues to be buying in gold, whether that's a hedge against uncertainty or just a good place to put cash. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day. And remember, change in tomorrow starts today.